Oh man, that's a really good way to start. Hi, how are you going? I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. I'm not doing too badly actually. I mean, look at this. Anyway, I do want to do a bit of a review video for you guys today. Now that this is calming its farm, I can get on with my foundation review of this particular one here. This is meant to be a dupe for the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Now this particular foundation is not their new one. This is the 24-hour foundation, and I do have a little bit of, if I put my phone the right way it might help, a little bit of information about it. It is meant to give a flawless complexion, and as they say, it's meant to be smudge-proof coverage. I don't really know what that means. But, and they even put like a little sticker on here, 95% agree, doesn't cake, flake, or feel heavy. And it has SPF 15, which is actually really amazing and something I definitely need that now I'm on Accutane. Lastly, before I get onto application, it does say 24-hour wear. I don't know why you'd want to wear foundation for 24 hours. In fact, I think that would be a horrific thing to do to your skin. So I don't really get it. I'm not going to wear it for 24 hours because I'm not a numpty, but I will be wearing this for as long as I can. Now the time at the moment is a bit past midday, all right? I've started late yet again, but yeah, I probably will wear this up until like maybe 9 or 10 p.m. just to give this product a really decent go. I'm gonna do two different applications. One side is gonna be brush and the other side will be sponge. All right, and I'm sweating. Yay for spring and summer. And I'm just going in, it's just a BH Cosmetics brush. It's quite a dense brush, flat top. Not really sure how much I need, but let's find out. Now I haven't actually used a brush to apply my makeup for a long time. It used to be my favorite way to apply makeup, but since I had really aggressive, like cystic, horrible things all over my face, I stopped using a brush because I feel like if you're poking and you're prodding and you're buffing and you're doing all these sorts of things with your brush, it's just gonna aggravate things. So it does apply quite nicely, and you can actually see there that the coverage is quite good. I wouldn't say that it's like full on crazy coverage, like it's not full coverage, but it's definitely like a medium to full. And I didn't even apply that much product. I'm noticing that there's maybe a little bit of oxidization. Can you see that on my hand there? I don't know. I'm actually seeing that this is maybe a wee bit too dark for me. Maybe that's because it is oxidizing a little bit. I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but it does dry pretty quick actually. So you do need to work relatively fast with this stuff. That's one half of my face done. So that compared to that, it's quite a striking difference really, hey? So now we need to deal with this side of my face, which is probably the worst side. This is probably more red. It's probably a little bit more uneven. So yeah, let's give it a crack. Let's test this stuff out on this side of my face. Just going in with my little Real Techniques Beauty Blender. There we go. Actually, it's not as easy to apply this stuff using a sponge. Wonder why that is. I'm getting patches where the foundation is kind of sticking straight away, but then in other areas it's not, and the redness is coming through. Maybe that's because, I don't know, with like sponges, and I'm using this damp as well, so maybe that has something to do with it. The coverage is not as great, and I'm finding that I'm definitely having to use more product. Probably just because it is a sponge, and sponges do, even when they're damp, they do somewhat suck up the product, you know? Yeah, wow. I'm feeling like that coverage is definitely not as good as using a brush. I might just zoom you guys in a little bit so you can see it better. Ooh boy, don't you just love getting that close to my face? So this side here using the brush, and I feel like it gave me a really even, like, especially because I was stippling and not just sort of like straight up buffing, but I stippled it and then I started buffing very lightly, and I feel like that gave me quite an even finish really quickly, and I didn't have to kind of worry about it, right? But then this side, it almost kind of looks like, yeah, like there's more makeup in certain places, so it is actually caking a little bit, which it says that it's not going to do. So I don't know, maybe that does just have a lot to do with the fact that this is a sponge application and it's going to give you a different finish. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting such a different effect with the different applications. Okie dokie. So you can also probably tell, like I can even tell just by looking at myself, that this color is maybe a bit too dark for me, because you can see like my face versus my neck. So yeah, I don't really know. I am gonna now go on and apply my usual pressed powder from Australis just to kind of help set everything and finish off my makeup. But otherwise, let's just see how this goes, guys. Let's see, does it kind of keep that shine at bay? Does it last long without slipping, without smudging? I don't know what this smudge proof thing is. Does it mean like if somebody smooshes you in the face that they're not gonna wear your face afterwards? Can't really test that one. But I can test kind of the longevity. It's a beautiful day today here on the Gold Coast. It's nice and warm. It's heading towards the 30s, and I got to go out and do some things. So I think it'll be quite a good test to see how well this lasts in this kind of warm, sunny heat. Welcome to Car Vlog. I'm just about to head home, but we're looking at a bit past 3. So I've had this on my face for about 3 hours now. I'm pretty happy with that coverage actually. Like, I can't tell that my forehead is glossy or anything like that. I always have to kind of like wipe my mo because I get so sweaty, but that's not too bad actually. Okay, I'll check back in just a few hours time. There you go, 7 o'clock. So when did I put this on my face? At about 12:30. It is very much nighttime. I've just cooked myself a massive dinner and I am under the best kind of lighting possible. Overhead lighting makes everybody look fabulous. But yeah, I thought it'd be good so you can actually see if there's any shine going on. So if I move my head back and forth, it's pretty minimal actually. Now, I failed to say earlier on that I have always had very oily skin, like ridiculously oily skin. It's been insane. But ever since going on Accutane, my skin is starting to dry out a little bit. So I would say at this point that I would still have an oily T-zone, but I'm probably more kind of like combination oily right now. Okay, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna eat my dinner, I'm gonna chill out, I'm gonna do some work. Literally cannot talk today. I don't know what's going on with my face. Yeah, anyway, so I will come back to you guys in maybe 2 to 3 hours time, and that'll probably be the last check-in. This is it. This is the final face of the day because it is officially 10:20. Oh God, it really does get to about this time of the night and I'm like, I'm done. I need to go to bed. Just get you in a little bit. Love getting nice and close and personal with you guys. After taking off my glasses, you can definitely see that makeup has lifted from my face there. Maybe that might be a concern for you. Perhaps a bit of powder or something would help. So just looking at general oil production, it's actually not too bad. Like, there's really not much shine going on. Usually I don't just get shiny in my T-zone, I get shiny all over my face. And I'm looking at myself now and I think, I actually still look pretty good. I'm actually really impressed with that. Really genuinely impressed. Texture wise, I can see all my pores. I can see like it's very textured here. Extremely textured. Have got a wee bit of creasing under my eyes here. Again, it's not too bad, it's not too dramatic, but I would prefer not to have that creasing there. It's kind of weird looking at my face right now because while I was saying to you earlier on in the piece about how the foundation was a lot darker than I was expecting, now I don't know if it's because of the Australis powder that I put on top, but I feel like my face is paler than my neck and that's a bit weird. I don't really know what's going on there because yeah, that doesn't really make sense. One last thing about application. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like this side of my face here, which I applied with the brush, around here, you can still see like there's a lot of pores. Like I've got quite large pores, so that's around here. But on my cheek here, it's still fairly, I don't know, it's still fairly smooth. It's fairly even. But on this side of my face, of course, I've got my enlarged pores here, but I feel like the sponge application, I don't know, it just hasn't really given me the finish that I wanted, and I can still tell by looking at my face. So I think that if you guys bought this foundation, then I would say use brush over sponge, which is a bit unusual these days. I think a lot of people like to use a sponge, me included, but yeah, for this particular one, I say use a brush. And that is that. I am going to get the heck to bed. I am so tired and I am so ready to wash this. Oh yes, also, does it feel, I just thought then, like, because I'm about to wash it off, it actually doesn't feel too bad. Like sometimes when you wear those really long wearing foundations, they are a bit cakey, they are a bit sticky, they pull your face a little bit. I still feel fine. Like it doesn't feel cakey. It doesn't feel like it's pulling at my skin. It is actually comfortable to wear for the long term. And that's also really important. I think, especially if you're going to buy something like this and wear it to work, you want to be comfortable. So I think it's pretty good. And with that, I am officially going to go. If you've got any suggestions for other foundations, I know a lot of you last time said that I should try the Dermacol, I think it was. I'd like to. However, it's really expensive. You can only get it online. I don't know what kind of tone, or like, I don't know which one that I would need. And I'm not entirely convinced that they are cruelty free. So that's a bit of a problem. So yeah, I do want to try out the Kat Von D, which I should probably do pretty soon if my skin's going to be changing, because that is definitely meant to be for oily skin. And yeah, I am changing. I can really tell now that my skin is changing. So if you have any other suggestions, please let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed it, throw your thumbs at it and consider subscribing too, because I make videos like this twice a week. All right, guys, love you lots, and thank you so much for tuning in. And I do look forward to catching you next time. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Bye.